Hey guys, this is Gwen again from Aeternus Metallum. I am here with Deathhammer. Okay, for the sake of those people who don't have any idea who's Deathhammer, can you please introduce yourselves?
Our names?
Yeah, and what you do in the band.
Okay, I am Sergeant Salsten. I play bass and vocals live, but you know, we swap. I do guitar, strings, whatever. But I guess, yeah, I'm the main vocalist and strings.
Yeah. And you?
Yeah, I'm Sadomancer. I also do the same things as him, not so much vocals, only like one vocal per album, and drums and bass and guitars. Depends who is the most sober on recordings.
Yeah, so we share everything. Actually, we two guys, we do everything, except I can't play drums, but except for that, we share it all.
Okay, and we have here Kick and the Beer Man.
I'm a bowl ripper, playing the guitar.
I'm Kick, I play the drums, only live.
Okay. So, going back to the band info, since the beginning, Deathhammer has always stick to the two-piece thing. So, haven't you ever thought of having a full lineup? And what would you stick to that kind of setup?
Because with only us two people, we are very similar in musical ideas. We have the same perception of what metal is supposed to be. So we have this instant connection when we play. We don't even have to rehearse it. We just know how it's gonna be. So it just clicks, and we make the same type of riffs. So it's just perfect. And it would be too much hassle and unnecessary shit, you know. Yeah, if we got someone else, because we already have our vision is complete with just us two, you know.
So your minds always meet in the middle. Is that what you're?
Yeah, we are. We have actually almost the same taste in music and the same way of making riffs. It's weird. So we just met each other, and it was just clicked like that. And we don't need anyone else because the creativity is already there with ours.
So, based on what you say, you agree with me that you find yourself work easier, especially in writing songs as a duo, than in a group.
Yeah, usually we make the songs just by ourselves. I make a song, he make a song, we do it. But sometimes we also make it together. But yeah, because we also live far from each other. We are not like one of those bands that rehearse every week and this and that. We just visit each other, have a bunch of beers and like bash it all out and see what comes of it. And usually it goes pretty fucking fast. We can fucking nail a song in 1 or 2 takes, and that's what we've been doing since the beginning. It's easy.
Okay.
It's easy and real, you know? Because too much fucking picking around and bullshit, it wouldn't be right for our music.
So too much drama is not good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so from the barbaric onslaught days to the current onward to the pits, we can hear that you really stuck with the old school style. So, but do you see yourself changing directions in terms of sound and material in the future?
No, we will not change direction, but we have, I guess, developed a little bit more musically, gotten a little bit better at our instruments, but the vision is still the same. We still have the same inspirations and the same core within ourselves to do exactly what we're doing, but the sound is developing a little bit. It's always got the Deathhammer sound, but still it's I guess a bit less primitive now, but still it's not technical or whatever. We just want to play real blasphemous, brutal, intense metal, and that's this thing.
Okay, so speaking of Onward to the Pits, Christian Balbo played in one of your songs. So can you tell us more about this collaboration and how it came about?
Maybe you can tell.
Yeah, I just asked him because I can't play very fast drums. And I know he can play very, very fast drums, so we just got him there and he got drunk and did a take and it was perfect for the song, so yeah, that was it.
Actually, I've never seen anyone that fucked up and play so intense because he was so fucking high and extremely drunk, and then just Kato came home from work and he was like, hey, can you do this song? And he was like, well, I'm sure I can.
Yeah, it was like,
he couldn't even fucking walk, and then almost, or talk or whatever the fuck. And I was like, ta, 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 ta. So he's talented,
Yeah, he's quite talented even with his young age, right?
Yes, he is extremely good.
So this question is a bit kind of intriguing because you're always tag along with the line "Death to Posers." So can you elaborate to us your own definition of what poser really is?
Of course, a poser is one that is just posing to be something else, just for the credibility of it all. You can see it in every fucking country. I guess you have a bunch of posers here in Singapore too, and they were always the fucking garbage and the fucking stench of
not in it
shit.
for the music, only for the image and like acting in a kind of way.
And the outfit.
It's the worst part of a scene is it's not the fucking shit bands with keyboards or whatever. If they are into that shit and they are all fucking gay and whatever, they're not necessarily posers.
Then they are not posers, they're only gay.
The real posers are the guys that try to act like they are fucking hardcore and like, come on, we wanna play some fucking shit, and they wanna promote themselves as a real, let's say, a thrash metal band, but still it always comes out so easily when it's not real, because metal is a feeling. It's not just riffs, this and that. Oh, let's just rip off this band and rip off this band. It's the essence. It's the feeling of it all. So it's not easy to just speak of, but you can like easily hear when something is not genuine, and when you hear the music and when you talk to them. And these guys are the ones polluting the scene totally. Like many years ago, when thrash metal was not many years ago, but some years ago. How many years ago? Like 5 years ago or whatever, when Earache was doing this bullshit shit, and thrash metal was this big trend, and was all these huge bands on Earache, and thrash revival, old school thrash is the shit, and it was always this bullshit faggot poser bands, which just ripping off Exodus and whatever, playing these really uninspired riffs, sucking each other's dicks, being on this fucking, that was the worst, and it was promoted in the metal magazines like thrash metal is back, alright, and it was the worst part of thrash metal ever. Thrash metal has never been worse than it was like 5 years ago. Yeah. And now suddenly it has gone down again, I guess, and it's more all these heavy metal bands and shit. So the thrash metal bands that still stayed are the real ones, but
not many.
Even like fucking 5 years ago there was so many more bands, and 70% of them were all fucking posers, and now some of them are left, and I'm satisfied because they're the good ones.
At least some are gone. So, Asian metal fans usually consider the Norwegian metal scene as elite. So, can you give us an insight of what the scene there is really like?
The scene in Norway?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's really good. Really good. You got like good thrash metal bands like Necromantheon and Condor, for example, and you got good black metal bands too. But the only thing I miss is really good heavy metal bands nowadays. But else we got good metal bands in all styles. So it's really good.
But still, Norway has been considered this black metal country and the masters of black metal and whatever. And I guess maybe in the early 90s, yeah. But
you have some really good and strong black metal bands now too, from Nidaros and Augustus, still going strong.
You have some good bands from Trondheim in the north. They have started a good scene.
They have a lot of bands, and all the bands are really good.
But
So,
still, there is like...
It is a good scene.
Yeah, there is a good scene. I think so too in Trondheim. But the black metal scene is always and will always be very overrated in Norway, because everyone's like, oh, the black metal from Norway, true Norwegian black metal, and half of the time it sucks donkey balls. And every band from Bergen after fucking Bursum has been the gayest fucking shit ever. Who the fuck listens to Gorgoroth nowadays and all those pussies? They suck cock. Fuck all these bands. Bergen is the shit in Norway. Fuck you, Bergen.
Orkustus is probably one of the best black metal bands in Norway nowadays.
Yeah, every rule has its exception. Yeah, Orkustus is good. Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to ask this question. How prestigious do you guys see the Spellman Awards? Do you consider winners of this award as sellouts?
No, but the award itself is just bullshit. Fuck awards. It's
It's too mainstream, I guess.
It's not just because it's it's corrupted too.
Anything. It doesn't mean anything because it's voted from people who are like not very into. They are just what can I say? It's a committee who like what is the word? Analyzing all the bands, but they are not
metalheads.
No, but they are analyzing every band, but they don't have a clue about every genre. They're just like, yeah, I like that genre, but there are a lot of people, so it doesn't make much sense.
The Spellman's award is it's one of the most stupid of them all, because it's not even like people are voting and fans are telling what's their favorite. It's just like 6 or 7 or 10 or whatever elite music press journalists that's going like, this is shit, this is not, and they're all full of shit. They have no idea. But awards in general are bullshit. Who the fuck cares?
Music is not supposed to be like a competition, you know?
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
It's a cool thing about the Spellman's Award, talking about when Enslaved got it. They just, I think they got it 2 times, and now they just use it as a doorknob at the garage door. They just hooked it at the door because you can take it, and yeah. So it's good as a doorknob, yeah.
So we'll take note of that. Well, Deathhammer has been said to sound like the early thrash days like Sodom, Creator, or Destruction. What would you consider as your main influences?
These bands, yeah. Definitely.
And Sabbath from Japan.
And of course the ancient god of Quorthon, Battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, he said it.
Okay. So you had a killer artwork for your first 3 demos. So do you think good artwork for metal band matters?
It matters. It's not like if the artwork sucks and the album is good, then... But of course, yeah, a lot of bands these days use too much computer style, Photoshop, whatever, polished artworks. Like I was talking about earlier with the thrash revival scene that was going to be totally old school and whatever. And even if they had Ed Repka, who used to be a master, doing the cover, it was all just like, it was so generic, you know? It was all the same thing all over again. And I mean, it has to be a good painting and whatever. But I even like ugly covers, man. Ugly covers rule. And cool covers rule, but fuck all this fucking computer bullshit, because then it looks like it's symphonic or something. I don't know, fuck it. But covers doesn't matter, fuck it. I think ugly covers are the best, actually, because sometimes I look through LPs at a record fair, and then it's, you know the record label Mausoleum?
Yeah.
Mausoleum always has the ugliest covers, but they have the best fucking records. So you can go through some LPs at a secondhand shop, and it's like, oh shit, this is ugly cover. This must be Mausoleum. And then you turn it, oh, it is Mausoleum. Then you buy it, then it rules. So sometimes it's good, but covers doesn't matter anyways to music. You know?
Yeah, covers can deceive buyers also.
Yeah.
So what are your views on the new school thrash metal bands who are rapidly evolving in the metal scene?
There are good bands these last years. What do you want me to like say what I like, or like what are my views? I mean, some of them suck, some of them are cool, you know.
So any recommendation for the new stuff that you like?
Very few good thrash metal bands around nowadays.
This guy plays in Necromantheon, which is a really killer thrash metal band from Norway. They sound like old Slayer around the Hellowaits and Sepultura, and insane. It's almost 8 years ago now, but they released the best thrash album of the millennium. It was a tribute to No Mercy. The Insane from Italy released an album called Wait and Pray. It was godly. It was godly.
And of course Antichrist from Sweden. Antichrist is the fucking best.
And Sauron too. Sauron from the United States.
Yeah, Sauron from Michigan. There's too many Saurons, so Sauron from Michigan. They kick ass.
Okay, so do you think metal is becoming more commercialized, especially now that there are more metal festivals happening around the globe?
Metal has always been commercialized, but you just gotta look for the good bands. And in the underground, there is always good bands to find.
And there's nothing wrong about festivals because they kick ass, and fuck all these commercial shit fest because it's good. Then all those asshole wanker fucking retards can go there, and then if there's so many festivals in Germany, then we can go to a cool one and meet cool people. So you don't want just one festival with bastards and cool people. I mean, no, whatever. Metal to the masses. Come on, fuck it.
Okay, so aside from metal, what other music do you dig, or what records do you have at home that you listen aside from it?
Everything. I love it all. It's great, except for too much ska. I don't like too much ska.
But reggae is worse than ska, actually.
Yeah, but
The Clash has some good ska, but all reggae is...
a little bit of ska is cool, but everything else is cool. If it's good, I mean, good shit, you know, I listen to country, I listen to fucking ambient, whatever, you know, but what the fuck, what can be my favorite? I don't know, metal is the shit. I love punk, of course. If metal never existed, we would all be fucking punks, you know?
Yeah. And you?
Yeah, about the same. Lots of prog rock, like Rush or anything like that. And maybe some post-punk stuff, English, like Susie and the Banshees.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking great.
You, beer man?
Besides metal, I also enjoy a lot of early punk and hardcore stuff from Britain and the USA, like late 70s, early 80s. Really many great bands from Britain and USA and other countries too.
Okay. So, next...
70s rock, man.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's like almost metal, you know? If you don't have to listen to metal, listen to something that sounds like metal.
So, moving forward, there are bands who prefer to keep their sound raw and dirty, while some prefer their sound more polished. Do you think we should stick to keep metal raw as it originally was, or more polished and clear to suit majority's interest?
Listen to the word metal. Metal isn't polished. Metal isn't safe. Metal is fucking raw and dirty, and it's metal. And anyway,
fuck Polish shit too.
Yeah, polish it. And anyway, I don't think we could manage to record an album that sounds polished, because we are metal maniacs. We live for metal and we die for metal, so we cannot play it safe. No.
Okay, so any advice for new uprising bands who wants to preserve the old school thrash metal sound?
Stay true and stay metal.
Listen to Bonded by Blood and fuck and
Not the band.
no way. Fuck the band. They don't exist. Listen to fucking Bonded by Blood and Endless Pain and never fucking relax. Just get evil all the time. Live for violence. Die for metal. Fuck off in hell. That's what you should do.
You?
Yeah, he basically said it all. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a wrap, guys. That's Deathhammer.
It is updated!